Hey everyone, welcome to IRC Tier 2, the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is the second round of the season. The first race was jam packed with action, and we really hope that the second Grand Prix of the season is equally entertaining for all of you and for us. With me in the commentary box today, I have BlackSheep and Casey. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So without before we get into what we are expecting from the race, I think let's take a look at a lap around the circuit in Sakhir. This hot lap is done by General Pepe and
Rollheads and IRC fans, welcome to the round 2 hot lap as we go around the Sakhir International Circuit with our very own General Pepe from the IRC community. Entering the start finish straight, going up the gears, it's a little difficult to see what gears are on the dashboard, but I'm assuming he's already on 8th gear by now. Braking just before the 100-meter board, going down to probably 2nd gear, locking up really hard on the right. Careful not to throttle too hard as the apex on the left could bite you back. DRS open. Now you've got to be careful not to miss your braking point here, because if you do, you'll go wide, and if you are defending, then you're most likely to lose your position through this section. Going through 4, 5, 6, this is quite reminiscent of the USA, but it's more downhill, so you've got to be careful with the brake bias and even the engine braking that you apply through that section. The most significantly important left-hander turn of Bahrain, the turn 10. Immediately as you step out, DRS open. You've got to be careful to not apply too much pressure on the throttle, but at the same time gain maximum traction out of the corner. Careful not to get yourself too much on the curb through the right hand side of the track over here, because that will bite you back and you will spin out. Through this section, quite simple, onto this slightly long back straight of the track. Important again not to miss your braking point over here and carry as much speed as you can through this corner as you jump back up again into the start finish straight. DRS open, trying to jump back up through the gears as you set a magnificently fast hot lap time around the Sakhir International Circuit.
So that was a hot lap of Bahrain, and I think the race, the quali is just underway. But before we jump into the quali, let's just go through the standings for Tier 2. Washing Powder Nirma had a brilliant race with. I know he finished second on track, but he had this 5-second time penalty removed, and that keeps him in first. Brilliant stint on the hards. Abhi follows up in the Ferrari in second. Don in the Renault in third, and that's your top three. And here's the rest of the standings. We should see a great battle because we don't really know what the pecking order is yet. So without much ado, let's just jump into the game and let's jump into quali, of which there are about 15 minutes left. So Black Sheep, Casey, what are the key points to look out or the key overtaking areas to watch out for in Bahrain?
Black Sheep, you go first, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I think the sequence of turns from turn 1, 2, 3 all the way up to the exit of 4, I think that entire section is probably where most of the overtakes are done on track. You can dive down the inside of turn 1, but just how sequential turns 1, 2, and 3 are, it also gives the chance that's to the car that's just lost the position to have a go and come back, especially because the DRS zone has followed onto the second straight too. So that for me is probably one area where we're likely to see most of the action.
The second DRS straight is actually from my experience, it's not very easy to overtake there because I think it's not very easy to stick to the car behind through the downhill left hander of turn 8. What do you think that
No. I think I mean to say the second straight itself. That's the second DRS zone.
Yeah, I understood you, but my question is that do you actually in the third DRS straight do you feel we'll see any overtaking zones?
No, I don't think so. There might be some very ambitious lunges here and there, but that corner uphill one coming up to the end of sector 2. I think it's second's last corner before sector 2
Turn
ends.
10 and 11. Yes.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to dive down because the track just kind of elevates itself and turns in such a way that you have to get off the power very quickly.
That's true. Yesterday we saw a lot of drivers splitting the strategy between the softs and the mediums. Um, do you think that it's going to be? Do you think that the drivers would have watched yesterday's race, study the data, and probably modify their strategy, or do you think that they're going to stick to their practice regime throughout the week?
I think yesterday's race, they've probably watched it and they've already know what strategy works. Also, we know that the tier one drivers will be the race engineers for tier two, so I think they have more data than what we had. So I think they're quite sure about their strategies right now.
A nice
Yeah,
analysis by our in-house Karan Chandok, Casey.
I think this track is notorious for. I think we saw Harry Rocks there. I'm not sure what's happening. He's had a
Let me
moment
I
just
just
go
think
on
on
he's
the exit
board
of
with.
turn 3.
Let me go on board with Altair. I think he is on a hot lap.
Yeah, this track I was saying is notorious for tire deg, so I think a lot of drivers are going to find that they're bound by how they manage the tires,
Yep.
and that's what's going to dictate what strategy they go for.
I completely agree. How much of a effect do you think safety car will have? As we say that Altair puts in a brilliant 28.4, moving up to fourth position on the medium tires, but and that puts him ahead of a few soft runners. How much of a difference do you think strategy will make, or how much of a difference do you think safety car will have on this race?
I think safety car can play a massive role in making or breaking somebody's race, right? If you do take the odd chance of going for a two stop, you already know that you're going to be slightly behind anyone who's doing a one stop. But if a safety car comes in, and you've just come out on your second set of tires or third set of tires, then that can give you a huge advantage.
Certainly. So do you see thing? So is that a two-stop prediction by you, or do you think it's going to be a one-stop?
I think that well, there's certainly people who are aiming for a one stop. We see the likes of Altair, Harry Rocks, Rambo, Rebel, and Abhi 17, also Madhav P20 at the moment, hoping to start on the mediums, perhaps mediums to hards being their one stop. Everybody else who's starting on the softs is likely to do a two stop unless someone's brave enough to go softs to hards, but I'm not sure how they'll be able to manage.
Completely agree with you. Right. So let's hop on board the current standings or the current grid as it stands. War Vortex is put in a brilliant lap, 26.5. That's about um, a second off the pole time yesterday, but I
Yep.
think we saw the grid evolve quite a bit. So how many tenths do you think the grid can actually evolve over the course of the 10 minutes that we have left?
One thing I'm surprised by in this game, track evolution in qualifying generally seems to be significant, a lot more than what it was in the last game.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yep.
Yes, it is. I think it's about 4 or 5 tenths, but I think Abarpan had a spin, may have missed that, because he's now 13 seconds off his delta, or maybe he's just conserving his tires a lot to come back into the pits. The tire wear on softs can go up to 10 to 12% in a single lap, a single quali lap. The load on the rear tires, especially around sector, actually all around the track, because it's a very high traction zone. So I wouldn't I would find the crossover lap in terms of pace between the softs and the mediums to be about maybe lap 4, 5.
Yeah, for the
Um,
benefit of our viewers, I think soft tires can probably give you pace up until lap 6 or lap 7. If you start on them after about lap 6, the times start to go down against your delta. Mediums, however, can go about lap 13 or so. So you can do a mediums to hards with 12 or 13 laps on the mediums, then hards, or you can do a softs to hards with about lap 10 if you can stretch your softs beyond that 7-8 lap mark and then jump on the hards. But for people who are not really that great at time management or just want to be on the safer side and do a two stop and just push all the way, they'll probably do a 6 or 7 lap soft and then another soft and then medium or a soft, medium, soft.
I Yeah, that would be. It's interesting that I think in 2017 and 2018 we had pretty much the entire grid doing the same strategy because it made that much of an effect. But I think the alternate strategy here could be incredibly strong on in terms of hards to softs, because hards to mediums or even hards to softs, because
Yep.
the delta in pace, like you said, like you rightly said, if you're on softer tires, you can be gaining a huge amount, and especially if you've got some clean air to work with. So maybe keep an eye out for drivers to start on the hard tires. If the safety car doesn't mess with them or come out at the wrong time, they'd certainly be a force to reckon with. Like the likes of Black Sheep, you yourself did the hards to mediums. So would you recommend that strategy to a friend?
Definitely. I wasn't lucky enough to start in the top tens yesterday. Just
Yep.
didn't have the pace. That's how competitive Tier 1 grid is this season. So I chose to start on the hards. I think what you have to do if you do start on the hards and beyond the top 10 on the grid is make sure you stay out of trouble during your first stint, and that will ensure that you have a better finishing position. Just by doing that, there's no need to take risks or get too racy at the beginning of the stint, because after about 5 or 6 laps, the guys on the softs they're going to start falling backwards anyway, and you're naturally going to have the pace against them. So
Right.
if you can just stay out of trouble for the first 6, 7 laps, you should be okay.
As we say that, Red Devil has invalidated his lap. So let's jump on board with Mountain. I think he's on a flying lap right now. But just to come back to one point you made, Black Sheep. You started outside the top 10. Did you attempt a quali on the softs at all, or did you feel that it would be better to start outside? Or, and as you said, Mountain invalidates as well. This game is notorious for track limits, so stream, you can stay tuned for a lot of time penalties. Just to let those of you who aren't familiar with the game know, you can extend the track up to 3 times before a game gives you a penalty. It sounds like a lot, but trust me, those 3 times really fly by. You'll have a penalty before you know it.
Yep.
But coming back to the point, Black Sheep, um, do you did you attempt qualifying on the softs at all? Do you feel that or did you intentionally feel that qualifying outside the top 10 would be better than qualifying on the softs?
So I had two kind of strategies in mind for qualifying. I was considering, well, my main strategy was the medium to hard, so I definitely wanted to qualify on the mediums. But I was considering doing a lap on the softs if my pace on the medium was genuinely that bad, or if I just wasn't able to get a lap together on the mediums. And again, for our viewers, you only get one set of medium tires, so you pretty much only have 1 or 2 laps to set a lap, a quali hot lap on, and if you invalidate them or if you make a mistake, then that's it. You're forced to go out on the soft tires. But I think what made me not choose the soft tires at all was surprisingly the number of people who were actually putting the softs on and going
I'm
for
sorry
that
I'm
positional
interrupting you,
advantage.
but Red Devil has retired from the session. It looks like he's lost the car outside turn 6. Yes, there we have it. You can see Mountain going past the spun racing point right now. So that's a real shame because he was looking on the pace today.
Yeah, it was. That's a very odd location to have a spin. That
Yeah.
corner.
I think what happened was he tried to turn on the corner, and we know how bad traction can be as soon as you're out of that corner. You cannot be in the second or third gear. I mean, third gear it's so sensitive with the throttle,
Yeah, true.
and if
True.
you lose it, it's just directly into the barrier. No controlling back the car.
Yeah. Coming back to what I was saying, Mara. So I looked at the number of people, surprisingly, who actually did their runs on the soft tires, and there was no way that I was going to do another one and just stay with 6 or 7 people, waste my tires along with them with no advantage at all.
Right.
It was better to go for the alternative strategy.
Fair enough. I would have done the same thing in your place. Unfortunately, I didn't get to complete the race yesterday. It's just a shame because this is a beautiful track under the lights.
Yeah. One
So
of
I
only
thi-
3, isn't it? Under the lights.
Singapore,
Yas Marina.
Yas Marina,
Bahrain.
yeah. Yas Marina is partially under the lights, I would say, but yeah, I think for me, of the 3, Bahrain is my favorite track. I thought
Yes,
Madhav
by
was on a
far.
flying lap, but he's come to the pits. Bahrain is by far the most exciting track of the 3, given the overtaking opportunities and just the side-by-side racing through Sector 2 and 3. And Sector 1 as well, which you can see. Is Alte on a flying lap? No. Thermo certainly isn't going to let him be on a flying lap, but I don't think he is anyway. Um,
I actually think he was on a flying lap. It didn't say out lap.
The delta
against.
to his the delta was quite large to his.
Hmm.
Yeah. As we say that,
Interestingly,
yeah.
he had put a lap in on the mediums, right? And now he's going out on the softs.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably isn't happy. No, I don't think he's put a. Let's look at his best lap time. He's fitted is softs and so is his best. I think he's
Ah, okay.
clear he wants to do a softs to hards or maybe softs to mediums or maybe gamble on a safety car because let's face it, given if last week is anything to go by, we would see a
Yeah.
fair few safety cars over the 29 lap race that we
Yeah.
have.
I just want to give a shout out to Electrip. Great time there in P4, 26.8. I was mentioning in the last Grand Prix at Australia that I was really looking forward to seeing how his pace was
Yeah.
after he got his new wheel. Sadly, he did retire during the race.
Yeah, you could say he spent quite a bit of time on the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and he actually took us around the Bahrain circuit from the air itself. I think Black Sheep, you were there.
Yep.
Very interesting. He actually landed on the main straight. So I will recommend that Electrip uploads that video to the Indian Racing Community YouTube channel for all of you guys too. But great showing here by the Mercedes. War Vortex and Abarpan were two drivers who were on the edge of Tier 1 qualification, and I think. Do you think this? And but War Vortex is a driver who's has struggled historically, struggled on. As I say that he is on a flying lap, so I'm going to go on board with him. He struggled with race pace all of last season. How has he been performing so far? How was his first race?
I think he qualified P1, didn't he? At Australia. He got caught out by the number of safety cars, I think. We know Washing Powder was one of the big winners, in just how early he pitted and made those tires lost. But yeah, Warwatek seemed to have the pace, but I think he just didn't make the right calls.
I think he
Yep.
just improved by a tenth on this lap.
So Karan, I'm surprised there aren't many people in the top. There are none of the quicker drivers actually trying out the mediums, given that their pace advantage would actually put them higher up on the grid.
I think these guys can see that everybody on the medium so far is P12 and below.
Um, in the I don't know if you guys saw Madhav's lap, but he was behind Faizan, and as soon as Faizan started, he started the lap as well, and he benefited a lot from that slipstream, and that's how he got up to P5.
Talking about Madhav, he is going on another flying lap right now. So let's stay on board with Madhav for the course of this lap and see how it goes. I'm just going to. Sorry, sometimes the cinematic camera doesn't always show us the best angle. Sometimes it's beautiful, so law of averages. And that is quali. Quali has ended, so we have seen a McLaren and Alpha cross the line. I'm not sure if they made it. It looks like they have, but we're going to stay on board Madhav because he has improved by over 1.5 tenths in Sector 1 alone. This is going to be a chase right down to the wire.
Yeah, Racing Point right up ahead. Not sure if it's on a hot lap or not.
Yep, I think
He is on a hot lap, and most
he's on a hot
importantly,
lap.
he is on. Is he on mediums? No, he's on softs. Luckily, but hopefully Madhav actually benefits from the slipstream because he is within a slipstream range, but he's also within the range of dirty air.
Correct.
I think we know how quick Madhav can be on his good days. I think this is going to be a good lap. Let's see.
I think this is very close to a pole lap, isn't it?
It
I mean,
is.
it
It is
it was
certainly is.
almost 7 tenths up.
And
That's
it's at
insane.
the end of the session, so he's getting the best out of the track. Best
And
time to do a
good
lap
for
time.
him. The Racing Point gave him all the slipstream in the world and then moved out of the way. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
is so close. Such a close lap.
That was a good lap, really good
Yeah,
lap.
separated by only half a tenth. But Warwatek still with a 126.4. 126.40, yes, that's P1.
Yep. I think the only driver who is left to is Mountain, maybe? Mountain is 4.5 tenths up as well. So if he hooks up the final sector, he'd be up there with the top boys. He's gone pole.
Oh my
Well,
god,
that's a
that's
pole
a
for
good
the.
lap.
Was that?
A
Did I see him
10th.
go 4.5 tenths up in just the final sector? That's just one corner.
So he was.
Electrip is about to complete his lap. I don't know how quick that will be, but could he challenge maybe the top three guys?
The P6 is
No,
the
he
best he
doesn't
can do for
improve.
now, unfortunately. But a huge surprise there by Mountain as he improves by almost a second in his final lap to go put the Renault on pole. Of course, I may be a bit biased, but I drive the Renault in Tier 1 for those of you who do not know. But that really opens up the grid for this race because we all knew War Vortex and Madhav had the pace. Abarpan certainly as well, and there's about a tenth and a half separating, or less than a tenth separating the top three.
There's about 6 constructors in the top 6, I think, if I'm not wrong. That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Who are the drivers you guys are supporting for this race?
We're not meant to be biased in any way, Casey.
Yes, but like, okay, obviously we'll support our own teams as we'll probably be the race engineers for at some part of the season. But if apart from your own team members, who else do you think? Who else do you support? Like, you're excited to see race.
Okay.
We have
Before we do that, guys, I think we have evidence of insider trading from Red Bull. So there is.
yeah,
I don't think that they should be allowed to compete in Tier 1 for the rest of the season.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree.
Agent 47 doing a bit of a shimmy or twerk off the off the line, across the line.
Does
But
he get
that
disqualified?
no, he doesn't. The quali's ended. P10. But there you have it, folks. That is your quali ended for tier 2. Let's go through the grid quickly before we start. And 200ths of a second separating Mountain from War Vortex in second. Madhav less than a tenth again in third. Abarpan 2 tenths down in fourth. Captain Cheesecake, Electrip, Rambo. Sorry, Captain Cheesecake and Electrip on the third row of the grid. Rambo, one of our most senior drivers in terms of experience, is in P7. Altair, the leading Alpha Tauri, who shows a lot of pace and has no sort of fear of overtaking in 8th. Monk, Agent 47, Red Devil. So Monk, Agent 47, Red Devil finish up the 11 places. And below that, um, we don't see a medium runner that is above P14. So it's probably going to be a very, very interesting race.
Yeah, Mercedes being unnoticed, P4, P6, Electrip, and the Bourbon, the only constructor with 2 drivers up front. It'll be interesting to see how they navigate through the field together as a team.
Yep.
The top 10 separated by just, they're all within 1 second. And that's going
So
to be a
let's
close
just
one.
go around the tires real quick. It looks like all of the people who did not qualify in the top 10 are on mediums. I'm surprised to see no one is on hards just yet. Oh wait, Homo has switched to the softs. That is surprising. So
Well, that's
guys,
going to be a very aggressive 2-stop from him, I'm guessing. He'll be
uh,
aiming to make a charge.
yes, certainly.
But you're right, I am genuinely surprised that no one's going for the hards.
I would have gambled on it, but I guess sorry, I just opened up the profile by mistake. But Harry Rocks is also going for the softs. Are they looking for early gains? Are they gambling on safety cars? What do you think?
I think that could be the case, as I mentioned about Thermo. Probably going for a very aggressive 2-stop, probably making as much charge through the field in the first stint, and then making 2 quick pit stops.
Yep. Guys, everyone, prediction time. Please leave your prediction in the comments. While but while you do that in the comments, Black Sheep, Casey, what are your predictions for today's race?
I think Madhav is going to be P2. Vortex probably P1, and P3 I think would be Mountain.
I think
See,
the only prediction I will make is that a safety car will not lead more laps compared to a Formula One car.
Well, we can say I'm not really sure about a Mercedes Formula One car leading, but we a safety car Mercedes would be able to lead sometime soon. Uh, but that being said, Burpan is not far behind. If he gets a good start, you could see the two Mercedes actually work together. Um,
Exactly, yeah. They're the only team close together up front, and they can use each other to help each other.
yep. I would possibly expect Agent 47 to maybe help his teammate out because by the time the pit window opens, Agent 47 could stay out a few extra laps. If he stays within the pit window of the top drivers, he could possibly hold up the likes of Madhav Mountain and Charles or Madhav. Wait, Madhav Mountain and Vortex. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure you noticed that Mara Vinay, I think, is the one starting on hards, P11 currently.
Oh, we have it. No, there are more starters on hards.
Oh no, that's 3.
Washing Powder has a very
Not very
love,
surprising, yeah.
loving relationship with the hard tires. I'm not surprised after the last race.
Yeah, gaining a bit of reputation.
He has a perpetual hard on. So but somebody needs to tell him to use both compounds of tires today. No?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Just a bit of Daniel Ricciardo humor.
We can put it another way. He likes to go for the hardest rubber around.
Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't lock up because there may be a few too many vibrations. But there you have it. We are off with the formation lap.
Was that Harry Rocks just driving into the wall as he got off the?
Yeah,
off the line?
I think yeah, they're either moving out of the way or into the wall. But yeah, Mountain leads the way on the formation lap. You may see the soft runners go very, very slowly over the formation lap because these tires are very, very sensitive to heat. If I ever start on softs, I don't ever heat them up before the last sector.
Yeah, I found myself yesterday, even with the hard tires, I was able to get them up to temperature by turn 4. They started off with a 71-degree temperature, and I was at 84 degrees by turn 4 on the hard compound.
Sure, let's do a bit of People's Magazine kind of reporting. Let's take a look at the helmets if we can. So, Model, let's just go through them. See if anyone has any creative designs. This is pro commentating right here, guys, from IRC.
There's not a lot of weaving going on. They just seem to be driving away into the distance. I would have expected Mountain to slow down and bunch up the field a little bit, but the top 3 just flying away on the formation lap, surprisingly.
Yep.
Mountain quickly completing his formation lap is not going to help his tires.
Yeah, I think the last of the cars are only now getting out of the second sector.
Yeah.
And Mountain's already pretty much on the grid.
Sorry, I think there was an issue with the data for this particular.
Oh, there we go. We've got the weather.
There we go. We have the predicted pit stop strategy. We have the weather, and all of the insights are now available to you. I apologize. There was this issue with the settings in terms of the UDP telemetry. But let me just double check on what you are seeing right now. Yeah, I think we're live with the telemetry, and let's move up to the front and see what the starting grid is. We're waiting for the final. All cars have lined up, I think.
Yep.
Cars are loaded. Let's go to P3. This is a great view. What just happened? Is that?
Oh, it's a bit of lag.
That's a great start from the leader. I'm going to
Yeah,
go on board
Mountain
P2.
getting a fantastic start. I think I saw a McLaren there as well, just driving through. Ooh.
Oh, wow. What are that?
Electric just not having the best of the first couple of corners.
Yeah, that's a shame. Mercedes are very strongly poised. Let's take a look at some 4 wide almost with the Haas, Red Bull, Alpha, and Racing Point. But I'm going to let things settle down. My voice cannot keep up with the speed of the changing positions right
Oh,
now.
I think Mountain just lost his position for P1.
Yeah, we're seeing a great battle, I think, P1 to P5. I noticed Thermo and Mountain going very well through turn 4, 5, and 6.
BlackSheep,
Yep.
you can actually see the tire wear and the wing data. Let's just go through the grid and see who has damage in on the grid. Let me know if you see anybody.
No, I think they're all safe and intact, pretty much.
I did see
Some
some
of the...
front wing flying around though.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I wonder on whose car that is. The racing point going wide, probably picking up track limit warning right there. Electric also picked up a 10-second penalty for cutting that corner. So his
He
race
probably
will.
missed the braking and chose to just avoid trouble, avoid contact with the other cars.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do to back out
There
if
we
you've
have
missed
it.
your braking code.
Yeah, Mercy's going on the inside of a Haas and getting him on the exit. Is there any wing data, broken wings that you can see? And oh, it's a Renault. Huge damage for the Renault.
Madhav's making a move for P2, I think.
Down the inside of Mountain. Mountain leaves him sufficient room. Good respect between the two drivers. Mountain stays ahead. Madhav puts his nose in and squeezes Mountain a little bit. Mountain returns the favor. The Mercedes trying to get a bit cheeky with picking up positions, and so is the McLaren. What is happening?
This is great racing. They're very measured from all the drivers involved, giving each other space. But really well done to Mountain for not pulling out of that.
Oh, it looks like
Rambo.
Ranbo rode the curb on the braking and just lost the rear end.
Yeah. It's a shame. He hasn't lost too much. I think only a couple of positions. He should be able to come back from that.
But Vortex is having a Hamilton-like performance where he's already pulled out over 2 seconds on the trailing cars. Of course, the trailing cars were battling, but Vinay has retired from the session on the main straight. The only thing I can assume is that there was contact. We have a VSC. The only thing I can assume is there was contact. We'll stay on board with Dawn to try and see if we can get a peek of the broken Haas.
Rambo's lost his entire front wing.
That is a shame. It may have been. Oh, there,
We
we had
have another retirement.
No. Is it a retirement? No,
Um,
Burpan had spun.
Oh, Mercedes. It was the Mercedes of Burpan who's lost the wing as well.
War Vortex has a broken front wing. We just noticed this, and he's used the safety car to pit onto hard tires. A very interesting choice from our race leader. Actually, what do you think? You think he's trying to go? And Madhav has a drive-through penalty. We saw a lot of these last week with the VSC, and
Thermophobe as well. It's not able to maintain delta under VSC. I also noticed a lot of another drive-through for Don. I noticed a lot of contact between drivers. Another drive-through for Madhav. That's 4 or 5 different drive-through penalties. I've generally lost control or count of where the field is now.
Yep.
With how many penalties everybody has. I think this will give Vortex a great chance of coming back up the order rather quickly.
Of course, I think the only logical explanation for Vortex choice onto, I would have gone for medium to medium. It seems
Exactly. I would have done 2 mediums. It doesn't make sense to go
What
hard
just
to
happened
softs or hard to mediums.
And Thermo has retired at the fast right hander of turn 11, I believe. That's a shame. He was running incredibly strong in P3. Electrip is having a bit of a recovery drive. He's now in P10, very very close to a gaggle of cars, which is being led by, I think it's a Alpha. Yep, 2 Alphas
Can
in
you
that
put
train.
Can you put up the fitted tire compound alongside the driver names,
Of course,
please?
of course. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yes, there we have it.
Okay, so I'm surprised again that Electrip hasn't done what Vortex has done. I was hoping he would have, after the atrocious race start he's had. Yes, he's now into the pits. Yeah, not surprised.
There we have it. Telepathy along with telemetry for BlackSheep.
Yeah, washing powder. You can see another one with the gains made on the hard compound, with everything going haywire in front of him up the field. I think he's made up 6 or 7 positions.
Yeah.
Did Electric pit twice? Because I think he did.
Did he have a Electrip has a drive-through. What?
Oh,
And that too on the
I think
pitch.
he got out of the pits and sped out once again, getting another drive-through penalty.
His race goes some bad to us, and his teammate is running dead last as well. So Mercedes not having a good day at all at the office.
We can see the notifications on top with the drivers getting one after another drive-through penalties.
Yeah. Somebody ought to tell Mountain that Madhav has a drive-through penalty because there's no reason for him to push right now. He's sitting comfy in a, I'm going to say a net P1, even though Madhav is technically leading. We may see Madhav dive into the pits here. Yeah, we do see him pulling off to the right. Oh no, he stays out. He's going to use his 3 laps in clean air. That's quite intelligent considering you can
Yeah.
use the fresh tires to build out a lead and hopefully come out into a pocket. If my predictions are right, Madhav will come out in P5, behind Red Devil and in front of Monk.
but then again, it won't matter because then he'll have to go again for changing the tires. So
Yeah.
it's going to be bringing back
Yeah,
quite
he's
a
going to
lot.
have to pit in the next four to 5 laps anyway. I want to give a quick shout out to Faizan. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have said that.
That was the quickest commentator's curse I have ever seen personally.
Yeah, I take that back. I
Uh,
take that back.
right
He was
now,
looking great, man. I think he was P7 or P8 on the hard tire.
yeah, and he had started out. I think he was P7 and he started P18. So incredible start from him, but I think that obviously having incidents on track is never going to help you be at the top because I would have put Madhav in Faizan in contention for the race win. Oh, that's so
Absolutely.
close. That's so close to losing his front wing, but he capitalizes pretty well, and I think he gains a position.
So we have P11, P12, P13, all of those guys on the hard tires now.
Yep.
Not much to differentiate between strategies. I want to mention Harry Rocks quickly. I think he has been the biggest gainer in the race so far, running P6, making up 13 positions. He started P19. And if I'm not wrong, he is on the medium tires, the first one on the medium tires. So in the next 2 to 3 laps, all the guys in front of him are going to pit. Agent 47, as I say, already has jumped into the pits. Oh, I'm actually surprised. No, Harry Rocks is on softs.
Has he pitted? No, he hasn't. He's on fresh tires.
Oh, he
Agent
hasn't. He
47
started.
pits. Yeah.
Yeah, he started on softs for P19. Okay.
I'm gonna go on more War Vortex for a while. Let's see how his race is progressing. His car looks stable enough through turn 1. He's just overtaken his teammate. And he seems to be looking at making a comeback.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
also
he's
look
he's
at the
quite well
delta
placed.
between War Vortex and Ghost. That is... Sorry, I can't really see the telemetry, but... Oh, this is a beautiful camera angle. But yeah, War Vortex does seem to be catching Ghost quite rapidly. Alter has left the
Yeah.
session. Let me see if I can get him back in. I'm gonna send him another invite. Sorry guys, I think driver participation takes priority. Mountain is still sitting pretty in P2, Altair in P3, but I think he's gonna get swallowed up by Red Devil and Harry Rocks and all of the cars if he doesn't join back very soon.
Sure. Do you mind staying on board with Faizan? We saw a little switch around between the two Red Bulls,
Guys, I
and I
think we have an incident.
Yeah.
Monk has lost his front wing, partial front wing, and end plate.
Oh, that's that's complete damage on the left
Oh.
front wing.
I think it
Yeah.
was the 4 Ferrari engined cars, Alfa Romeo and Ferrari, fighting close by.
Yeah.
I think Monk.
Monk, I think he hasn't lost as much as he could have. I think he was close to the end of the lap, and I think he was also pretty much in his pit window anyway.
Fair enough. Ghost is right on the tail of Abhi 17. He seems to have a very bad run through turn 1 and 2, but Abhi 17 capitalizes on a bad run from Madhav and puts the Ferrari ahead of the Williams for a change.
For a
Sorry.
change.
But yeah, now the best constructor is actually looking like Ferrari.
Do you mind jumping on board with the Red Devil, please?
Of course.
He's coming up to the back of Voltaire, and I think the softs are falling away now. Oh no, that was him leaving the session, wasn't it? My
Yeah.
bad.
I'm gonna stay on board Ghost because this is a 3-way train. Um, BlackSheep, how were you stuck? I wasn't in the race for too long yesterday, but
Yep.
does overheating become an issue when you're stuck in DRS train in Bahrain, or does the night conditions help you out?
No, overheating wasn't really an issue for me at Bahrain, or neither was it during any of the practice sessions I had, funnily. But I was on the harder tire anyway. It wasn't really a concern for me as to what the tire temperatures or even tire degradation was. I mean, the strategy of one-stop hards to mediums is one that it just allows you to push as much as possible without worrying about where your tires are.
Certainly.
And Madhav's coming in.
I think that's the scheduled pit stop. The earlier pit was for the drive-through. Ah, that's a shame. Madhav has really um had some bad luck today. Altair's AI has pitted, or is that him? It looks like his AI has pitted, and I really hope that it was the strategy that he was looking at, because otherwise that would be devastating for it's his AI. Ah, shit, that's a shame.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still back actually. I don't think he is.
Captain Cheesecake gets the jump on Madhav, and that just shows you how much time Madhav has lost because of that pit stop, extra or drive through. So as we say that, washing powder is coming onto the back of Barpan.
Can we have the striking lag turned off? I think we've had this turned on
Oh,
for quite a while.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Actually, just remind me, because I'm in game and I can't see what the
I
telemetry
understand.
that you are seeing right now. Oh, and Agent 47 goes down the inside of Washing Powder. Washing Powder would want to come back. Both of them are on hard tires, but Agent 47 is on fresh hards versus Nirma, who started the race on these. Oh, and that was a very weird spin. He just kind of locked up the entire
I
front
think it
wheels,
locked up. Yeah.
but he locked up after the corner. His car kind of pivoted on the front wheel.
Yeah, that was very bizarre looking. We have
Nice.
Mountain now up in P2, finally diving down into the pits,
Right.
jumping onto the hard tire.
That seems like the right choice.
Absolutely.
Vortex has jumped him. Vortex has actually jumped Mountain. But let's not forget, Vortex pitted on lap 3 or 4, and getting to the end of the race on these tires would be very difficult for the Red Bull driver.
Yeah, certainly would be. Again, very surprised he didn't go medium to medium.
But while saying that, Vortex in 2019, like we mentioned earlier, wasn't the best on his tires. I hope he has fixed that, because it would be great for him to emulate washing powder Nirma kind of drive from Australia.
Yeah, certainly.
There's a lot of
I agree.
battles heating up around the track.
So I think in terms of talking about guys who've stuck on to their strategy from the beginning on, we have Red Devil, Harry Rocks, Soham as well, Abi17, Rebel, Ghost, and then Faizan. Um, these guys are pretty much straight out of trouble during the first stint so far, which is why they're up front.
And especially in Tier 2, it's so important to just have a clean race. Maybe sacrifice a bit of track position in turn 1
Absolutely.
in case you have drivers diving down your inside. And they've driven maturely, and they are reaping the benefits.
Yeah, certainly.
Abi looks like he's going for a move on Sohamde. As we say that, we have a spun Williams in Sector 3, in Sector 2, but I'm going to stay on board with Abi as he makes the move. It's Madhav who has spun out, I believe, and his race is going from bad to worse.
So, a question to you, Mara.
Yeah.
We have Mountain who's just pitted,
Yep.
scheduled pit stop on a soft to hard strategy. He's running in P7.
Yep.
Compare that with the guys who started on mediums and are doing a mediums to hards, likes of Red Devil, Abi17, Soham Day.
Yep.
He's not that far off from these guys, but when they do take their pit stop, I mean, how do you see comparatively the two strategies panning out?
I'm actually looking forward to seeing the gap between War Vortex and Mountain, because I think War Vortex is going to be the strongest at the end of the race after he pits onto soft or medium tires at the end. If he does so, I think that would be the best strategy for him if he pits around lap 18 or 19 onto softs or mediums. But right now, Mountain is sitting pretty, because the closest driver behind him on the mediums to hard strategy. Actually, I don't think there is anybody close to him on that strategy. Whoever
No,
was on it,
definitely not.
he's sitting
He-
pretty. Yeah,
And
he's
I,
right.
correct. Everybody ahead of him is yet to stop, with the exception of Warvortex, but Mountain is already on much fresher tires compared to him. So he might be looking to getting that P1 back. I wouldn't be surprised if he does finish P1.
Yep, agreed. As we say that Hyrox comes into the pit, so that's one of our lead drivers. He's taken the soft tires 10 laps and he's maintained decent track position as well. So he can actually, if he chooses pit onto mediums and go to the end, but that would be a bit risky. He does an intelligent and mature thing and pits onto the hard tires.
Yeah, he's had a very mature race so far. He's starting P19, ending up front, staying out of trouble.
Yep, certainly. Black Sheep, just out of interest, what are the predictions from the YouTube comments? Would you mind opening that up for me?
Okay, I'll get to that.
Let's also look at Warvortex. He is a tenth and a half behind Alpha, and you can see him hunting Sohamde down on those used mediums. He gets a better exit. This is not going to be a battle. This is not going to be a battle. The Red Bull glides past Soham, and Soham does the right thing to let him by. No point sacrificing his race time as well. Soham is showing all the signs of a mature tier 1 driver. It's only the pace that he needs to improve, and that's the easy part. His mentality seems to be extremely sound. What are some other battles going on? Casey, how are you enjoying the race?
Yeah, I'm loving it so far because it at the first it looked like Vortex made a big mistake by pitting on those hards and losing all the track positions, but it seems like it sort of worked out for him. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Captain Cheesecake left the session, but I'm not sure if Rambo's going to get DRS from him. He certainly is going to get Slipstream. I hope he doesn't lose this position, but Madhav going down the inside of the McLaren keeps it narrow, leaves sufficient room. Very respectful driving from Madhav and gets the position on the McLaren as well.
Yeah, that was crucial. That was crucial for him to do that. I think he's on 2 stops, isn't he?
I don't think Madhav has a chance in this race. He's a very, very quick driver. This game is resonating with him far more than the previous edition. But luck certainly hasn't been on his side today. It'll be awesome to see him in the points. Or do you think that I'm being a little too pessimistic?
I think he still has half a chance, at least to finish up into the points, if he can make a charge on these fresher medium tires.
Yeah. Let me just see if I can invite some of the peeps who left.
Oh no,
Just-
I've invited them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Casey. There's a reason you're head of eSports.
Yeah, Altair, sadly, I notice he's, I think, disconnected once again. Such a shame.
The first time he disconnected, I think it was a stream crash which asked him to log in again, and he does not remember his password.
Right.
Okay, so I think, Mara, this is what we've been waiting for. The Red Devil has just pitted from the mediums. He's just coming out. Mountain has gone past him.
I'm
This
gonna
was
stay
the
on board with
comparable
him to see where he
strategy that we
comes
were.
out. He comes out ahead of the ghosted Altair in P7, and let's see. Madhav will have to pit. So will Rebel. So will Sohamde and Abhi. This is an extremely close battle. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, and the Red Devil not too far behind Faizan, who I think, he's yet to pit anyway, so that's another one.
As we say that Rambo gets through a Barpan, takes the inside line to defend, but he is entitled to this corner, but it leaves the room for a Barpan who can't capitalize on it. Sorry guys for not being on board. There was an issue with the intervals in the game right now, but Mountain is coming up to the ghosted ghost and takes P4. It's just what he needed. It's just what the doctor ordered in terms of cutting through some of the traffic without getting held up.
Do you think, Mara, that Warwood can take his tires to the end? will he be forced to make another stop? He's now in clean air, so he doesn't
What
really have
is
to
his
find
tire
anybody.
wear? What is his tire wear on your screen?
It's about 40, yeah, 46, averaging about 40%.
He's going to be at about 80% by the end of the stint. It is possible,
Yeah,
but
it's
Guys, I
quite
think
tough.
not Wawatex, Washing Powder has spun again. He's rejoined the track safely. That's a good
do we
thing,
see
and no
damage on
front
his
wing
car?
damage.
Oh, that's great to hear. Soham they has pitted. Let's see where he comes out in relevance to. He's come out way behind. Oh no, he's not come out. He's come out just behind Harry Rocks. Overcut. Oh, what is going on between the McLaren and the? Who is this?
That's Captain Cheesecake and Rambo.
Rambo has been disqualified from the session. Multiple penalties.
I think Rambo and Aburpan came together
I
and
don't think that
took.
was Rambo's fault. I think Rambo's AI took over after he got disqualified.
I
Yeah,
have,
I think he was driven out by the
yep,
Mercedes.
yep. Both of them overshooting the first corner. I am not sure what
Yeah.
happened there.
He's still collecting penalties somehow.
I think that may be an issue with the telemetry because I don't see anything on my screen. Soham Day is going down the inside of Harry Rocks and immediately gets that position. He may have gotten undercut by Harry, but he doesn't really think too much of it and gets ahead.
This is just amazing to see. He's just charging through the field on those fresh set of hard tires. I was surprised as to how quickly he's got them up to temperature and is able to go wheel to wheel, stick around the outside and make those moves.
Yep. And unlike real life, the Ferrari isn't looking too stable on the harder compound as of now. So Soham is already out of that 1 second margin, and crucially so. We have Rebel pitting, and we can see it on the minimap. We can see the battle on the minimap, but it looks like Rebel disconnecting has cost him a little too much time. So it's really unfortunate. It's been a great battle between those four. Casey, are you seeing the intervals on your screen right now, or is it just an issue with mine?
Oh no, it happens in the lobby. Yep, I don't see the intervals.
Well, we're gonna have to function on the track map. Right now, it only looks like the Red Bull of Altair and Uppy fighting. The Alpha Tauri. And there's a small train behind us, behind that, of the Haas and for Captain Cheesecake as well.
It's good to see Altair has come back, rejoin the lobby once again. I think he may have lost a little bit too much. He's got another pit stop to make.
Yeah, the AI did put him onto the hard or soft tires again, which it's a lack of artificial intelligence. Yep. So BlackSheep, what are the predictions from the comments? Did you get a chance to take a look?
I don't think that there have been any predictions being made so far. I think the only one we can see is Captain Cheesecake having a bit of a fan following, either for the win or for a podium.
Who is your driver of the day so far?
I'm gonna have to go so far with 5-Zan.
5-Zan.
I don't think we should jinx him. No, not
I think
again.
I've been jinxed him enough already. But he's running a fantastic P3 at the moment.
Certainly, Red Devil is catching up to him on fresh tires, but we have a yellow in Sector 1. That is, I can't really tell who on the
I
minimap.
think no, I have no clue.
It was a Williams moving slowly. It could have been a Racing Point as well. Captain Cheesecake is pitted onto fresh hards. Is he left the session?
No, I think yep. No, he's in the session.
That's interesting. Washing Bout is also got a speeding in the pit lane. This race goes from bad to worse. It goes from it's basically dreams to reality for him from Australia to Bahrain.
Yeah, I might have to change that call I just made, but it's not him. Well, for me, Harry Rocks, I think, is doing a fabulous job so far.
Yeah.
Starting from P19, and nothing has gone wrong for him in terms of strategy. He's taken the pit stops that he intended to take, and that's a genuine gain of 11 positions for him.
Soham Day is actually for me a bigger driver of the day because he's gained 13 positions and he's significantly quicker right now than Harry. He's probably going to gain another position thanks to Altair, but maybe.
True, you're right. Yes, and if the likes of say 5-Zan still has to pit, Faizan and Vortex again, if they pit, Altair certainly has to pit again. He could be looking for a podium.
Red Devil parks the car on the apex. Faizan unable to get the cut back and has to concede the position. Faizan wouldn't want to fight that too much anyway, considering he is on a different strategy. I'm going to jump on board Ghost. Is he back in the session? No, he's lost the position to Madhav right now. Leaves sufficient amount of room. Altair
He
has
does seem to
pitted.
be back in the session though. Yeah.
I'm going to put the tire compounds back, and Altair is pitted onto mediums. That's the right call. Too little, too late, or do you think he has a chance for points?
There's a couple of guys ahead who still have to pit, so he could look at some points, but I wouldn't give him any more than be on P5, I think.
Altair?
Correct. Yes.
P5. That would be.
No. I'm not looking for him to be above P5. I guess is what I mean.
Abhi 17 is right on the tail of Faizan right now.
Yeah, we are on board with Abhi as we speak. But to your point, BlackSheep, I don't think he's gonna get points, or maybe a couple of points. But
So
P5?
he's on. No, I don't mean to say he was going to finish P5. I'm saying it's unlikely for him to finish in the top 5. It's going to be below or past top 5 is what I mean.
Exactly. I'm saying even that is optimistic. Probably above P8 or P9 is his max position.
Yes,
Abhi,
yes, I agree. That's what.
Abhi makes the move on Faizan into turn 1. Fairly common overtaking zone, and Faizan on those used tires, unable to fight. Faizan looks like he's going for a hard to soft compound strategy. Or maybe he's really praying for that safety car.
I think he certainly is going for a hard to soft, but if he does pit, he's going to come out somewhere around Altair, isn't he? Actually, slightly ahead of Captain Cheesecake. I think.
I think around Captain Cheesecake, if my math is correct.
Yeah.
Yep. For all of you Captain Cheesecakes fans in the audience, he just set a fast lap of 130 point, I believe it's 8, 130.9.
130.9, yeah.
So we have the intervals back. The closest battle seems to be Ghost versus Madhav right now, and Madhav's tires.
Well, there's P3 as well. Don't forget.
Yeah, let grid position take priority.
Yeah, absolutely. RB17 on the fresher set of harder tires now. I think he should be able to get the Red Devil rather easily.
But it's only one lap fresher, and the hard tires don't really degrade all that much, do they?
Yes, you're right. Absolutely. Sorry, I got confused between Faizan and Soham Day. My bad.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Harry is tinkering with that 1 second gap. He's really playing around with it. Or to Soham Day. And as we say that, he's moved into the DRS zone. I don't think he got the DRS on that straight, but it is crucial for him to hook onto the DRS of Soham Day, who I think has made a mistake. Harry has caught up, forgive my grammar, but a shit ton of time through turn 2 on Soham Day right now. So both the Ferraris looking quite racy on the Racing Point and Alpha respectively.
Yeah, absolutely true. Meanwhile, up front, Vortex is still nursing those 15-lap-old hard tires. I'm not sure how much Mountain is gating.
I think he's lost about 7/10 in the last 2 laps, Mountain to Vortex.
And that is not a good sign.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
Vortex pits. As we say that I just checked the telemetry. He was on 70+%, and there is no way he would have made it. He's going on to mediums.
Oh, that explains his last lap push, I think, on those last dying tires.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if it's calculated this well enough to come out P3 ahead of the Red Devil.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. No, it's not. He's going to have to go through the Ferrari, and as we say that, Abhi gets the move on Red Devil, and Vortex comes out in the worst possible position at the behind the DRS straight, pretty much. It's a tragedy for him, but Good
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
think that's what he was hoping for. He was hoping to come out just slightly ahead of these guys battling each other.
although I'm happy because I get to see some overtakes, hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah. This is good for the fans.
Best fans. Best fans.
Best fans, yes. Who are
We,
only present in the game, sadly.
for all of those watching who think this is not realistic, I'm just letting you know we have to watch real F Formula 1 through screens as well. So, Tier 2 is greater than F1 because no dirty air or less dirty air. And better telemetry, I assume. Our AWS insights are probably better than real F1 AWS insights. What do you say?
I absolutely agree. What Tech has taken one lap, or less than a lap, to go past the Red Devil. That was very, very quick.
Let's see how much he scored. Abhi this
He's going to
lap.
be in DRS, I think, but yeah, he is now. Within a tenth.
What are the sector time differences between Abhi and War Vortex?
Well, they're not going to be representative because he's just come out of the pits. But Vortex is just on purple last sector, so he's genuinely on a push here.
As we said, Fivezen has pitted as well onto fresh soft tires, and he's come out behind Altair. 2 seconds behind
Yep.
Altair, so
As expected, yes.
so has Madhav. So yeah, a lot of people putting in a late charge. Okay, I'm going to jump on board War Vortex because he's going for he's all over the tail of that Ferrari. It's Max Verstappen almost.
Abhi would be trying to do everything possible to keep that Rebel behind him.
It's not going to be a battle. It's too easy to overtake around this track, but
Yeah,
Abhi can just probably play ERS games.
yeah. I think what he'd be looking to do is, if Vortex does go past, just try and stay in the DRS range as much as possible.
Funnily enough,
cool.
even though War Vortex has pitted, he's still got less ERS than Abhi.
I think his
Yeah, I think
quite
his
aggressive.
outlap was a very, very aggressive one.
Yeah. He's burning overtake. Oh no, he's not. It doesn't look like Abhi can hold him back. It's too close, and the traction on those medium tires. Dirty air was non-existent there.
Yeah, it was almost even before the pit entry that he was able to get past Abhi.
I want to
but
say
he
that
seems to
yeah,
really be on charge.
Red Devil's pitted again. This is very unusual. What is he doing? What is he doing?
He's going to be out of the points.
It's a
Oh, I
front-
think he had unplayed wing damage.
That's a shame. He was looking like a driver of the day contender. Apologies for that. Funnily enough, Fivezan is not catching Altair on those fresh softs.
See, I wasn't too far about my prediction about Altair, was he?
Not at all. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Altair had some bad luck, but you see him coming back.
So we've got 7 laps to go, and Vortex has got 8.5 seconds to cover.
He's closed in. He's closing in by a second a lap. But I don't know how.
We'll give it another couple of laps,
Yeah.
Casey Mara, and bring up that graphic.
Yep, yeah, of course. Madhav goes down the inside of Monk. Great overtake on the Alpha. Unlike Faizan, he is really making the most.
Oh. I think Red Devil just hit the rear of Monk in that corner.
Do we have front wing damage on Red Devil?
No. Luckily, his front wing is intact.
And not surprisingly, Vortex goes fastest. We probably will see that beaten by Madhav on those fresh softs. But Vortex is looking very, very pacey. Let's see how much he gained over that last lap. What's the delta showing?
So 8 tenths, a couple of laps to go, 2 seconds, 2 laps to go.
Okay.
I think the comparison has just shifted.
This is going to be incredibly close. If Vortex manages to come back to the win, he will be my driver of the day because having that front wing damage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And 2 stops as well, remember?
I think he just got handed a penalty, 3 seconds.
What is the penalties of? Let's go to War Vortex and Monk and see. Sorry, War Vortex and Mountain and see the penalties.
Alright, I'll go through it if you guys.
So
Uh,
Vortex has got 3 seconds, I think. That's
Yep,
pretty much about
3 seconds.
it.
And
And Mountain
Mountain
doesn't
does
have
not.
any.
He has 2 warnings, so he's 1 warning away from getting one. So
and what about War
So
Vortex?
War-
How many War Vortex warnings does he have?
He's
Um,
got 3 seconds.
yep, just now. So
So
he has
net
2
gap, I
more
guess, is
warnings.
about 9 seconds between the two that Vortex has to cover at this point.
If
Right.
Mountain realizes that War Vortex has penalties, he can actually the race is in the bag as long as he keeps it clean.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Harry is caught up. I'm gonna go on about with Harry Rocks because I know Electrip is overtaking Monk. Sorry, he overtook Monk at the 3rd DRS straight. So there we have it. That is an overtaking zone. Yep.
So we
So
had. Sorry, go ahead. Yes.
no, I was just gonna say that Harry is still on the tail of Soham Day. This is a battle of the ages, which we've seen for a 30 odd laps. It's getting better and better.
Yeah, we also have a battle for P9 with a very aggressive Charles Leclerc setting fastest laps around the track, chasing Captain Cheesecake. I'm still surprised Faizan isn't able to catch so much, catch up to Altair.
Rambo has left the session. That's a while ago. He's probably enjoying the race or helping his teammate out with.
Yeah.
Madhav has gone down the inside of Captain Cheesecake again. I'm just being proven wrong again and again throughout this entire race. I am a very bad commentator.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't be so hard on yourself.
Or very
Harry
bad.
Rocks, yeah, Harry Rocks does get past him, but crucially, Soham Day is not going to have DRS coming up to the second straight.
I don't think it's close enough.
I think Captain Cheesecake is going to overtake him again, Madhav. Oh, they're battling it out. And he keeps that position for himself, Madhav.
Madhav just saying no. But that allowed Captain Cheesecake to actually hook onto the back of Madhav again. So it's become a DRS stream. But I'm going to stay on board Soham because he is very, very close to that Ferrari.
Yeah. Guys, and all this going down, have you noticed World Tex is only 2 seconds now?
I was just going to say he's caught up 3 seconds in the past 2 laps.
Yep.
He's on a charger.
So he's got a net 5.5 seconds to cover in the next 4 laps.
And an overtake to do, so not sure if it's going to be enough, but
And I think another overtake is about to happen. Maybe not this DRS straight, but Madhav right on the gearbox of Faizan.
I'm really surprised at the pace differential between Faizan and Charles Leclerc. Faizan also has the same tie-up, only 1 lap older. Surprised that he wasn't able to catch up to Altair, and now he's caught up by
what is
the likes of
Faizan doing?
Charles Leclerc.
Faizan really trying to break that slipstream. But coming down to the reason behind their pace difference, I think setups are very, very. And Faizan pits? Oh no.
No.
One very important aspect of this game are the setups. And how much do you think a setup has on the on the performance of different tire compounds?
I think.
Well, you and I... Go on,
yeah,
Casey, sorry. Apologies. Go ahead.
I think it makes a huge difference. The setups could, I think, yeah. As you can see, Vortex is now within DRS. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Coming to the question, I think setup makes a huge difference. Not only to to bring the temps in control, but how comfortable you are with the
Mountain
car.
has picked up his 3-second penalty. This is a battle. This is Vortex's win.
So here we go. They're equal on penalties now.
I'm just gonna go just check something real quick. Yeah, it's a battle at the end, and it looks like it's Vortex's race.
Abi, meantime, having a very lonely race in P3. He's going to collect the podium, I think, quite easily. Unless he loses out on penalties somehow.
But crucially, both drivers, actually not crucially, both drivers are all quite low on ERS.
I think Vortex is quite comfortable right now. He's just going to wait out this lap, wait for the main straight once again.
I just want to let you guys know that Mountain has actually been on a break from Formula 1. The last time he drove was his last race in Australia. So, all things considered, I think even if Vortex gets past, and oh my god, that was close to losing his front wing. If Vortex does get past, it's still a very commendable drive from the Renault driver.
Certainly, I agree.
I'm just seeing these two positions switch over and over again. I'm just going to jump onto the battle of Captain Cheesecake and Red Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, what is Faizan doing? I don't know what's happened to him.
And he's
I think I spoke too soon once again.
That's not nice. We have a spin, or that's Faizan.
No, that was Faizan himself, sector 2.
I'm gonna jump on board the overtake for the win.
Cheesecake's front wing.
Okay, this is now for the lead coming on to the final straight, to the main straight. Apologies. This is going to be quite comfortable, isn't
With
it?
DRS, Mountain moves to the inside to defend. Vortex sticks to the outside line, but he doesn't have the track position. Mountain squeezes him off, and there's contact between the two drivers. Was that fair racing? I think so.
I think that was fine.
racing.
Vortex just had just that much more traction on the fresher tires coming out of the first corner to stick it to the inside.
Yeah, I think we all knew this was coming sooner rather than later. Yeah, great drive from Vortex, and maybe too early to say, but so if it finishes the way it is, he is my driver of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Because at one point it was looking like he's made the wrong call. I still think a medium to medium would have served him better, but he still made it work.
Vortex is pulled off. He's pulled off. Does he have an illegal overtake? Is he out of fuel? No, he has an illegal overtake. What just happened?
I think he may have thought that he was a bit too aggressive in going past.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw a hallmark of sportsmanship from the Red Bull driver. Extremely commendable. And it shows that even while fighting for the lead, these drivers are gentlemen first.
Yep, absolutely.
But now it's half a tenth into the last go. This is getting
This is the final lap. This is the final
Is he going to
lap,
go down the
and
inside? Is he going to do what Bottas didn't do?
I'm not really sure how he's played this out. He's starting the final lap with hardly any ERS.
Is he going to go down the inside? He is. It's a very late break move. Mountain has got the position back. I'm going to move to the... Oh, what a battle for the race win. This is exhilarating stuff. I'm sorry for all of the other drivers who are missing out on watching their action, but this is too good to miss.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the second DRS zone now, or the third DRS zone.
And he's lost his front wing.
I think that would be it for Tex. You might want to take some words back.
No, you never know. A loss of front wing means less downforce, which means higher. Yeah, it's over.
No, that's good.
Unless Mountain spins. There's a yellow in sector 1. A slow moving Alpha Tauri. I think it was Altair. Yeah, it's Altair. He's lost his front wing. I think he did what I did in the last.
We're seeing drivers being too aggressive on the final lap. I guess trying to salvage as much as they can.
So we are going across the line, and Mountain has won the race, but Vortex has won our hearts. I know that's a very cliche thing to say, but letting a driver pass purely out of sportsmanship is not something very many drivers do. And huge kudos to the Red Bull driver.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. RB17 P3, very clean, lonely race by him.
A photo finish across the line for Soham and Red Ghost, but Ghost does get Soham on penalties. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm still going to say Harry Rocks is my driver of the day.
Oh yes, he's voted driver of the day.
Yeah,
Yep.
incredible job. Stayed clean, not a lot of penalties. P4 from P19. I'd be happy with that. I'd take that any day.
And as Agent 47 and Dawn, last two to finish. Yeah, 5 second answer penalty for Agent 47, but I don't think Dawn can capitalize on this too much. What a comeback from Mountain after a week of no racing. Comes back with a win. Arguable to say that did he deserve it with War Vortex giving him that position back? What exactly happened? I'm really looking forward to those post race interviews.
That's for
Yeah,
Abhi, right?
Looks like the game agrees with you, Black Sheep. Harry Rocks is the driver of the day. As
absolutely.
so, let's go through the thing, and there we have it. Mountain really celebrating his win up in P1 with War Vortex in P2. Abhi is slightly lonely second stint in P3, but completely deserved. Great drive by Abhi. He was one of the medium to hard drivers, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
It
Yep.
just shows
Yep.
how many the optimal strategy.
We do have some of the drivers joining us now, but we don't have Wartex yet. Casey, are we trying to get him in?
Yeah, I'll try that. We have the driver of the day and P2, P1 Mountain and P3 Abhi with us.
Casey, would you mind capturing the incidents so we can jump onto um, the
Yep,
incidents?
yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the podium screen. Before we get to the drivers, Black Sheep Casey, that was an incredibly interesting race. Um, did this race pan out at all like you expected, or was it a completely different um, result to what was predicted?
I think in one way it was predictable because of how unpredictable it was going to be. We were talking during the first stint as to where we see the race going, where we see how we think it's going to pan out, and we weren't exactly correct. A lot of things went a lot of different ways, as is the case usually in Tier 2.
Yep. I completely agree with you. But War Vortex is not with us just yet. Let me try and get him from the Red Bull VC. He's not there either.
Nope, he won't be able to join us. Yep.
Oh, that's a shame. I really want to hear from him what happened. But welcome, Mountain, Hyrox, and Abhi. Um, Abhi, Mountain, congratulations on the podium. Mountain, congratulations on the win. Harry, you have been voted driver of the day. But before we hear from you, let's hear from our race winner. How was the race for you, Mountain? This was a comeback after a week of no racing. What was your mindset going into the race?
Yeah, I was just trying to be consistent in the race and trying to avoid getting some penalties.
Uh, what was your mindset after you got that final 3 seconds? Did you feel the race was over? What exactly went through your mind?
Yeah, I wanted to stay ahead of War Vertex. That was the plan, and that's it.
Short and sweet, Mountain, but worked out for you. What happened between you and War Vortex? Do you know why he let you buy on the third DRS zone?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm still confused.
Yeah. Well, the incident where he overtook you, was there a bit of wheel bagging? I think we saw a bit of contact. What? Do you think that had something to do with it?
Yeah, maybe I'm not sure, but I think we left each other enough room, so it was okay from my side.
Yeah, that's what we thought as well. It was extremely respectful driving. There's always a bit of wheel rubbing. Black Sheep, anything for the race winner?
No, job well done, Mountain. Congratulations. I was curious to know if something had happened through turn 1 and 2 on lap 28. But yeah, we did see it was largely clean between the two of you. So yeah, still surprised that positions were switched.
Yeah, congratulations, Mountain. Moving on to our P3 finisher, Abhi. Slightly lonely second stint for you. Walk us through your race from you were probably the best runner on the medium to hard strategy. Um, did you do you regret? Would you have got? Do you regret making that decision? Would you have preferred qualifying further up the field? In retrospect, what do you think of your race?
I'll gladly take it. P3, I'm very happy I'll take it. Because I qualified P14 or so outside top 10, I know that. And I was the only one on, like, I was the top on medium. So I thought I would have the pace, have stretched that mediums and then followed by the hards.
Yeah.
So that was the strategy from the beginning. I never knew I'd be 14th place, but yeah, the one thing we were worried about was track position. But yeah, it worked out fine for us. P3 will gladly take it.
What was
Because
your
we
attitude
know.
going into turn one?
Oh yeah, I lost a lot of places. I took it too cautiously, I'd say. I was too scared of my friend being getting damaged. So I thought, let the crowd go by and then I'll, take race one by one. So yeah, I didn't want any, friend being damaged. So yeah, that was the plan. Plan was to keep it clean, simple, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with Abhi. I think when the race was beginning at the start of it, we were discussing that um, anyone who's able to keep out of trouble is probably going to be rewarded heavily at this circuit. And I think the fact that you and the likes of Harry Rocks are here with us proves that completely. Did you have any incidents during the first stint where you were trying to stay out of trouble, but you still had to fight people, obviously, because you want to maintain your position as much as possible and climb up the fields? Were there a few incidents where it was slightly touch and go for you?
Yeah, I think I had something with Vinay. I'm not sure. The third straight with the others, we did have contact. I'm not sure what happened. I have to check it out again. But other than that, it was clean. Most of
Okay,
them were clean days. It was peace.
that's good to know. That is good to know, genuinely. That's what we like to see. Um, I'll move on to Harry Rocks. Fantastic race for you, Harry. I think I ended the race by saying that, coming from P19 to P4, I'll take that any day. What do you think?
I am shocked myself. I didn't expect that I would be able to. I mean, I didn't have any clue what position I was in till like the last 5 or 6 laps. I was just listening to what my tier one teammates were telling me. That is Masoom and Freeman. They were so supporting through the whole race. Same thing happened in Australia. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
That's good to know. We saw you during your second stint, probably the entirety of your second stint, in a very close battle with Soham Day. You eventually did go past him, and I think he had some penalties as well. Were you aware of the penalties, and was that a part of your thought process?
Till I overtook him, I was not aware that he had penalties or anyone had penalties about. But being behind him was kind of quite tough for me because I was not able to follow him properly with dirty air.
Sure.
So I was losing out. I was able to catch up to him, but when I want to make the move or set up the move, I was ending up making a small mistake or something like that. So it took some time to overtake him, or else I should have overtaken him ideally quite a long time back.
So
That's
we
a
were seeing
yeah.
you guys embroiled in a battle of your own for quite a number of laps, and you must have been aware that there are a lot of guys behind you, a few positions behind you, who have jumped onto fresher softs and fresher medium tires who are making their way up the field. Was that ever of any concern to you that you may be losing out on time compared to these other guys?
I was just putting my head down and trying to take it one step at a time. Yes, there was an issue about that, as in concerns about that, but I just put it aside so that I could concentrate on the uh, race in front of me.
That's good. Put your head down and concentrate on your job. always pays off, I guess. Mara and Casey, do you guys have any further questions?
No, actually. By the way, congrats to all our podium and driver of the day.
Yep. And to add to that,
Absolutely.
I think
Congratulations, guys. Great racing. Thank you for giving us a great show. And to all the viewers out there, thanks for tuning in. Do come back and watch next week the Challenger Series. Actually, no, not the Challenger Series. My bad. The Tier 1 and Tier 2 races Saturday and Sunday at the same time. So unless there's anything else, I'll sign off. This is all of us at IRC Commentary Box. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon again.
Yep. Thank you, Black Sheep. Thank you, Casey. This was really fun, and I think this was a great race to commentate, as Bahrain usually is.
Yep, yep.